Okay, folks, good evening. Good to have you all on the call, especially the guests and the new distributors. Just welcome you. It's going to be a very exciting evening, and we're not going to take a bunch of time. We're going to give you the facts and show you a couple of little things about this incredible opportunity. And, I'll talk about that now, but we all started off like each and every one of you. Bolton and I started in this business. I'll actually tell you a story quickly. We were invited, and this could be a lesson to all of you. Our old farmer, I'd never met him before. He knew me and I knew of him, but I'd never spoken to him ever before, called me up. And that's in August 73. In those days, were still old party lines. A lot of you don't know about those phones. And I was in agricultural business, mechanical and selling machines and tractors. And he phoned me up and he says to me, sorry, yes. I said, hi, can I help you? And he says, no, I think I can help you. I said, would you be open to look at a way to make a lot of money? I said, sure. I said, what do I have to do? He said, I cannot explain on the telephone, but I'd like you and your wife to meet me in Port Elizabeth the following evening, which is like 80 kilometers away. And I said to him, there's no way we're going to travel 80 kilometers if you don't tell me what it's about. And he's a very dry old type. I'm talking about old. I'm now 79. That guy must be about 60 those years. And he said, well, in a very dry old way, he said, no, if you don't want to go, stay at home and die broke. That's what he told me. He didn't explain the business. He didn't talk about any plan. Talked about nothing. He got me real curious. And Alton and I went down, had a look, got started. It wasn't easy. It was a lot of money in those days to get into this business. Not like today. It's a piece of cake. You buy a product and you register it and you're on your way. But anyhow, on last Monday, we celebrated our 48th year in the business. And, when we started, we didn't think we could do it. We didn't think it would work for us. All Alton and I wanted to do is make a little bit of money. We had a rented house. After payday, I had no money problems. We had no money left. So I want you to always remember where you start, remember your story. Some people start for nutrition, some for health, some to make money. We started just to make some money. People talk about dreams. We had no dreams then. Right? I was having nightmares if the bank manager phoned me. But the dreams will come as you start earning income. So I want to share a couple of little things with you before I get into this. I'm actually amazed how few people really understand this business. If you really understand what it's all about, you're not going to sleep. You're going to get excited because the more we understood it, the more excited we got. And time didn't matter. We were just excited to do it and get somewhere in life. So that's important to start believing in it and believe it can. Now, when we started, there was no system. There was no training meetings. There weren't cell phones, anything like that either. And gradually we learned about it, attended training meetings and did things. Now, today you can get virtually everything off the internet, which is very exciting. So I want to talk to you very briefly. There's actually one thing you need to have, which needs to be a strong burn. And I think that's what will keep you going. You're going to know, I want to put it on the board here. Why would you want to do something? And one's got to think of a reason. Why would you want to do something? Why do you want to get started? Do you want to make money? You want to get your better health or whatever? But remember the reason. It's important. Educate your children. There's so many things we can think about. And I think in this day and age, it's actually good to have another source of income over and above what you currently have. If you have another one, if you don't have another one, it's good to have one. And I feel sorry for all the people who are struggling out there who don't have an appointment. But, many years ago, there was a lady in our business. She passed away maybe a month or two ago. at 94, and she had great residual income in business. And she used to say, you know, Charlie, you can't make a racehorse out of a donkey. So in other words, what I'm saying, you've got to have somebody who's got a desire. Do they want to get somewhere? Do they want to do something for the future? Do they want to be free from financial issues and free with good health? And I think Neolife has both covered, right? It's got good health. If it wasn't for this business and the health products and becoming health conscious, I can guarantee I wouldn't be standing in front of you tonight. It just would not have happened. So it's important to believe in what we got, believe in a Neolife. Number one, the products, and the products are just fantastic. You know, we've got several ranges of products. We got a massive range of nutritional products, incredible range of organic skincare products. We've got home care products. We've got a lot of different products, right, that will really save you a lot of money. Now, it's important to get that why in place. Now, once you start, right, I'm just going to do a circle here to show you what's going to happen. What do you do, right? And then I'll show you just a little bit later how to start. And it's actually a very simple business, right? But the first thing you need to do, I'll put it up here, is use the products. And folks, you cannot believe in something if you're not using it. And when Holt and I got started, we had the Golden home care products. That's what we had at the time. The Neolife was still in Americas. I think it was in Europe, it was in Australia, but it wasn't here yet. They only brought it in here lately. But anyhow, when we got started, we just changed all our cleaning things in the home to these products. I said, crazy, I can't buy from opposition, and I've got my own business. And I think that's the important thing to do, is make sure you change your buying habits and start using your own products. Now, you don't have to buy 80 or 90 products. You know, you just buy one or two, whatever, or just what's in your kit, and start using that first. And as you start saving money, you move on to others. And eventually you Neolife your whole home, right, with Golden products and the Neolife products and the Nutrients skincare products. But that'll be a gradual process. So you're just going to change your buying habits. Instead of buying elsewhere, you're going to buy from yourself, which makes sense because you're going to buy wholesale should you join the business, okay? So use the products. And then what you also do, you need to share the opportunity. You know, I am actually very excited that the person who showed us the business did not talk about products. Holt and I would not have traveled to Port Elizabeth that night, 80 kilometers, if they'd mentioned anything about products. Or automatically thought in my mind, must I go door to door with that kind of thing and that? And so I would have been totally negative. But when I got into the business, into the presentation in Port Elizabeth, I saw on the board, hey, I didn't understand it all, but I said, looks like you can make good money here. And that's how we got started, and started building it very gradually. And that was way back in 73. So it's important to share that and the opportunity with other people. Now, the idea is don't beg people. There are people out there literally looking for an opportunity like this. You know, I would recommend, just briefly, there are a couple of little brochures you need to have. The Pro Vitality Plus, there's a beautiful brochure, what is Neolife? They're all inexpensive. And you have the Scientific Advisory Board. Just those 3 little leaflets cost you very, very little, next to nothing, okay? And you give that to somebody and let them just go through it a bit. And a lot of people will come straight back to you. Holt and I, not this Saturday, last Saturday, we had a guy who's also got a new bullmaster puppy, and a guy come to train it. And the previous time he came, about a month ago, I just gave him those brochures. And when they finished with Holt and the puppy and all, I gave him money. I said, thanks very much. He said, no, we want to talk to you about that business now. And we chatted about the business, and they got started, I think, maybe Tuesday or Wednesday. I don't even know what kit they ordered. Jeanette might know, and then they ordered some products with the kit. And they're excited. And this lady says, man, if I can make enough money in this thing, I will quit my job. And there are people like that out there who want to be free, who want to travel the world, who want to do things, right? So we've got to understand that, you know, people are already hungry out there to do so in this day and age. Now, let me mention something before we go further about Neolife. Neolife started in 1958 in the USA. We're in over 50 countries today. Our CEO is a 29-year-old lady, fantastic person. She's the founder's daughter, and she's absolutely brilliant. When the lockdown came last year, she had the internet and everything geared for us worldwide, okay? And a month or two ago, we've just gone on to a whole world system. So if you had somebody in America in your business, or whatever they bought today, you can look on your back office tonight and you'll see it there, and it'll be to your benefit financially. So you can have people in any of those countries around the world. And that's how incredible this opportunity is. So Neolife is, the products are phenomenal. I defy anyone to show me products like this, that work like this, that give results like this, okay? It's just incredible. You know, and that's why our business flourishes in Africa, right? In Africa, if a thing doesn't work, you're going to leave town. But if it works, it goes like a fire, okay? People get a benefit nutritionally or health, or they save money or whatever happens. So that's exciting about the Neolife opportunity. I'm really, and this, you know, this year alone, right, we have grown in volume. Not me, not our own business. The total company worldwide has grown in volume 25%. Now, folks, when other companies are imploding or going out of business, I feel sorry for them, but this is exciting for us that we're on the move. We've got products that are needed in the marketplace, that people want them. They want to be nutritionally healthy. They want to save money, whatever it is. And our people joining our business has increased by 40% this year over last year. And I think that's incredibly exciting. So you're in a business that you don't have to see, hey, will it work, or is it working, or can it happen for me? It is happening. There's no question about it. It is definitely happening already. So you need to get with something that works, and we can guide you and train you. The various training meetings we have regularly on the internet, they advertise. There's a lot of material in Telegram, under Eagle Team Resources, under Neolife Resources. So there's a lot of information out there you can draw out and send to prospects or send to people and train yourself, which is exciting. So the opportunity is just fantastic. Now I'm going to share a couple of little things with you as I go through this. You see, number one, I spoke about you using the products. You need to use a minimum of 100 points of product. Now, when I talk about points, our products have a point value, and that is a value worldwide. So if somebody's in Europe or in Kenya or in Dar es Salaam or wherever, and or in Mozambique or wherever they are, whatever the PV is there, that's the same value worldwide. So that helps you understand how big your business is in other places, because all the currencies differ, right? So you don't have to worry about that. The PV will cater for that. And that shows you that the exciting thing about the PV, you will make some profit, and you'll, out of that, okay, if you use some and market some to some friends or whatever, and it's an incredible product. Once people get excited and they try it, they just come back all the time. I've had a lot of people join this business because they got excited about the products. Now, the key is you need to share the opportunity with other people. Now, we call this our 622 plan. You don't necessarily have to have 6. You can start building your business with one person, with 2 people. But the key is we need to help them start building their businesses, because this opportunity, because there's no big investment or some guy making a rake off, you will only make money when the people you bring in make money first. They need to make profit, then you'll make profit. And that's exciting. You always make profit on your personal sales, but on your group, you need to help them grow. So the key is help each and every one of them start having a couple of consumers, couple of customers. They all do 100 PV. I'm just doing an example here. We all say do a minimum of 100. Some people go and do 200 or 250, whatever, depending on themselves. And that's exciting. So then you earn profit on that 100, but you don't earn profit on the 100 PV. You earn profit on the rand value of that 100 PV, which could be anything 100 times 10 easy. So it's easy on 1,000 rand. You could earn yourself, if you retail it, maybe over 20%, some of them, but you could make maybe 200 or 300 rand right there, right? So that's just where it starts off. But the key is, if you are here and you've helped 6 other people do exactly what you're doing, that will give you 700 PV. Now, the exciting thing about that is, with 700 PV, you can earn yourself a little profit of maybe 700 or 800 rand on that income, right? Not a lot of money, but hey, when we started a business, if I made an extra 10 or 15 rand, I would have been excited. But anyhow, if you go ahead with that whole exercise and you start helping these people do what you've done here, let's say we help this person here, you help one person and another one here and help 2 over here, and I hope you can see that and each one's doing minimum of 100 PV, okay? And some do more, some do less. That gives that unit a 700 PV base, right? Now, the exciting thing is when you've got that rolling, right, you add that 700 PV to your 600 PV over here, okay? So now your business is doing in the region of 1,300 PV, and you will earn in the region of maybe 1,400 rand, okay? Not a lot of money, but I'll tell you what, you don't sneeze at anything, it just comes extra, right, which is exciting by doing some effort. And, you know, you start sharing with more and more people and help more and more people become excited and build their businesses, and they're going to grow their business. So let's run through this quickly. Let's say you had all 6 of these people doing that, okay? That would be in the region 6 times 700 plus yours, okay? It's around about 4,300 PV. And you would earn not less than 9,000 rand plus, that could go up to 11, 12, 14,000, where people earn it at that level. And folks, it's exciting because now you're building a business, you're making profit, you're starting to save, and you're helping more and more people. And as you do that, the network's going to keep growing. Sometimes it doesn't grow exactly like that. It might just go straight down or whatever. But I want to encourage you, get excited about it. Go and share with other people. Now, don't talk a lot. The problem is, I think a lot of us try and talk too much. You know, as I mentioned, that couple was last Saturday. Now, the previous month they came along. I just go with those 3 little brochures that I spoke about, okay? I didn't talk about the business. I said, take it home and go and have a look at it. They came back and then they wanted to start with it. And I didn't get into anything with them about the business. It's all in a little brochure. What is Neolife? It is so simple. It gives them the facts about the business, the background, the countries we're in, the kind of products we have. And anyone with a bit of desire, wanting to get somewhere, will understand that. And folks, people out there today are really hungry. And now, I want to share something with you. 80% of the people outside there, right, might not join your business, okay? It's the same in the job market, right? But 20% could, okay? And let me tell you how that works. You see, outside in the world, 80% of the people earn 20% of the income. And what happens is they only do 20% of the work. But the other crowd are 20% of the people do 80% of the work and they earn 80% of the income. Now, I was not part of that group when I looked at this business. You know, back in 73, August, when we got started, our take-home pay was just over 200 Rand a month. And there were people earning maybe 1,000 or 2,000 already those days a month. And we were right at the bottom of the ladder. So it's important to start thinking and saying, hey, I also want to change. I also want to get better. And folks, a couple of basic habits you need to have in this business, right? And that's using the products as I've spoken about, sharing the opportunity and the products. And the most important thing, in my opinion, is personal development. You know, not alter. I was so far down, okay, with personal development. I looked at this business, you wouldn't even invited me, okay? I had so many bad habits. I was definitely not a prospect looking for this kind of thing. And it's important to help people personally develop. They got me onto the books those days. They got me onto cassette tapes. That wasn't CDs or internet or anything like that. But they got me onto all this stuff, and I was hungry for it. In my life, all I read was junk, you know, cowboy books, and you people don't even know about those kind of things, and maybe comics and those kind of things, but they do nothing for your brain. So one needs to associate with positive people, or associate with positive literature or positive videos or whatever, positive recordings. Don't put the negative in. Look, the world's negative out there. I don't want to know about the news, right? Let's rather make history. You see, I'll never forget years ago, Bolton, who was the person. Now, we've been in South Africa 50 years now, the company. Bolton brought it here in 1971. And Bill used to say that 95% of people at age 65 are either dead or dead broke. And that's important to understand that, right? So, and I was in that position right then myself. And I remember driving around with Bill in his Mercedes-Benz. He had I think a 350 SE, a red one with white leather seats. But anyhow, and he had a cassette tape in. And that's all he did. He just pumped, as we were traveling to another place, he pumped us with those tapes. And it got us all positive. So I want to encourage you to really work on this, to work on your attitude, on your personal development. Look after your body. Start getting fitter. Start looking after your health. Because folks, you only get one chance at it. You don't have a spare body in the boot of your car. Someone's got to look after it. I've got a little motto nowadays, which I verse and practice all the time. I say, if I knew I was going to live this long, I would have taken better care of myself. The kind of habits I had those days, I can promise you, I would not be around. You see, God kept me because he knew I could maybe become something. You see, he saw something in me that I didn't see myself. So I thank the Lord for where I am today. It's not me. It's through his positivity and putting the right people across my path that were helping me and helping me grow. And I want to encourage you the same way. You can associate in our business a lot of good training material, a lot of good positive people. Whoever invited you to this presentation tonight, there's somebody in the upline. If a person you got you here tonight is still new, don't worry about it. Someone upline is very successful in that business. So you just keep going upline until you find the person that can really help you. And the person who invited you is going to help you as well, but they're going to help you maybe link to the upline, right? So there's always somebody to help you, somebody to care, because we don't want you to get just started. We want you to start and succeed. We want you to start creating income, touching other lives for health and for financial reasons to make this world a better place. So it's important that we understand those kind of things. And you know, before we wrap this up, I never like keeping people too long on it. And we have I never mentioned it, we have the Eagle team here. Now, the Eagle team, we're just a distributor organization, but we have a lot of resources. We have a lot of training materials. We support the business. We do a lot of functions. We have a lot of incentives. Like in February next year, we've got a beautiful cruise going off from Durban, 4 nights, 5 days to the Portuguese islands. Up there, we go off a ship and they have a beautiful buffet on the beach all day long. So you can have your lunch on the beach or water sports or whatever you want to do. And those are the kind of things you can qualify for. The company have a lot of important events like Prague next year, Czech Republic, and this year we had down at Fancourt, and that was exciting. Just a 3-day holiday, 3-night relaxing, meeting with other friends in the business, and it's all paid for by the company. Real incredible accommodation and lifestyle, and these kind of things happen in this business. You know, before this business, Alta had never flown in an airplane, but through the business, we've been all over the world. I was looking the other day, we got passports, Alta and I, that have filled up over the years, just numerous of them. I can't even count them. So I can't tell you I've only been this time. So the airport in Port Elizabeth, you should know us so well, they never been asked for our identification when we were boarding the plane. It was so regular. So I want to encourage you to have a good look at it. Decide what your dreams are. Decide why you want to do it. Decide if you're serious about the future. And really, folks, if we don't get serious about the future, we're going to have a challenge. And I'm amazed that some people, the moment you get a challenge, they want to bail it in. Folks, challenges are good for you. You cannot have a victory if you don't have a challenge. And that's the most important thing I've said tonight. So when you have a challenge or anything happens against you, don't think it bad. Look for the good in everything. In every situation that you have, look for good and you'll find it. And that's positive thing to have doing in your life. Now, that's the most important thing. You need to decide, do I really have a desire? A real, not a wish, I mean a real strong burning desire. And I want to encourage you to work on that. Get it, burn you up. As we got started, the business started moving along, first month, second month, our desires got stronger and stronger. And many of our friends were negative. Many of our family, not many, most of them. And which we obviously approached them incorrectly, but I want to give you one tip. Value advice. Broke people can only give you broke advice. So be careful of who you look at. And if somebody wants to give you advice about this business or it won't work or whatever, say, hey, show me how much money you got in the bank. Show me how financially secure you are. And if you are dead broke, I don't want to listen to you. I don't want to die broke like you are. So it's important to be straight with people, and rather, if negative people try and, you know, people out there are like crabs. I don't know if any of you know what a crab is. Down here on the coast, there are plenty of them, right? Now, I've watched people who catch crabs. They have a net, and they bring them out into a boat, and they put them in a basket. Now, they never put a lid on the basket. You know why? Because the one crab inevitably pulls the other one down, so none of them get out. And that is what life's like outside there. The negative people are going to keep trying to pull you down, trying to get away from your desire, trying to get you to be like them, trying to get you going nowhere like them. And that's important. You see, some of these circles we had here, some of your friends might not be positive because they don't care about their families. They don't have a dream. They don't want to have a better future. And folks, life can be a celebration or not. It's up to them and up to you. So you need to have a strong burn, so strong that nobody can put you off, that nobody can discourage you. You know, sometimes people's partners discourage them. It doesn't matter. I say to somebody, do the best you can at home, keep your husband or your wife happy, and I'll tell you what, when the money starts coming in, they won't be negative, they'll be positive, and they'll run with you. And I've seen it umpteen times in this business. The next thing you need is an opportunity. And you know, folks, I spoke to someone today. We're in Port Elizabeth, and Alta had her hair done. And this lady who does her hair, it's husband, he met me 20 years ago, and I know he had a business in the boardwalk. Now, the boardwalk's closed and it's changed, and it's going to be a, I don't know, mall or whatever. And he was telling me that he's been invited to open his business. He said to her, Charlie, I'm doubtful now, you know, to put R1 million into that thing. Now, to start a business in the new mall, he's going to need R1 million. Now, the everyday people, I could never have raised that. Everyday people out there can't do that. Our business, anybody can start. You can start for under 1,000 rand or maybe under 700 rand or whatever. There are different kit options. And it's one time only. Once you join like that, that's it. And then every year there's a renewal fee, right? And that's by the time you're making money, it's no problem to renew because you're enjoying the income, you're enjoying the benefit of it. So that's exciting. So, and really, folks, I really believe this is the finest financial opportunity on the face of this earth. As I told you earlier on, we've been involved 48 years. Not once has a company let us down. Not once have they made promises and not kept it. They've stuck to everything. The company had a tough time, but right now the company is liquid. We have products in over 50 countries in the world, right? And they're all paid for it, not on tick or whatever. That's why when we order, we've got to pay as well. The company does not supply on credit, which is fantastic. That's why they're so liquid. And that's exciting. So I really honestly believe it's the finest financial opportunity on the face of the earth. And anyone, if whoever invited you is so brand new, you're struggling to get an answer or whatever, every time, contact Jeanette. It's JEANNETTE at eagleteam.co.za. Send your question to them with your details and we'll definitely endeavor to help you, right? I can't help everybody, but we'll answer to your question and see what we can help or find out who your upline is or upline and get them to get with you and help you. But it's going to be exciting. And believe me, we're not going to have COVID forever. We've planned a boot camp. We got a beautiful conference center up here, about 5 kilometers from where I'm standing right now in the mountains. We're on a game ranch. And we're doing a boot camp the last weekend of November. And it's going to be exciting. That's where we practically get with people. We bring in a lot of successful leaders, right? We share with them. And just more on an informal basis, right? We do all kinds of things there. And then the last part of it, we actually sit down and look at your structure and we start counseling you with your upline there or whoever on what you need to do, what you need to improve upon. And so that's important. So we're doing that, God willing, in November. I'm talking it. I'm excited about it. I'm sure it's going to happen, right? And so that's the opportunity, right? Products, you know, I could say to someone, I said somebody the other day, was Pro Vitality they took. I said, I'll tell you what, you use that for 5 days, and if you don't feel a difference, bring it back to me, I'll give you your money back. That's how sure I am. That's not a company saying so, Charlie Bolton says so. That's how dead sure I am about the products, they work. And then it's no good having a desire, and you have an opportunity, and you don't take a certain step. And that is where where the rubber meets the road. That's where the courage comes in, is to go and commit yourself right away and take the action. Fill in applications on an internet. Whoever invited you to school will help you or guide you and get the money in, you know. If the guy who did the presentation like we did it, had he not gone with me to the bank, I would not be standing here tonight. I would have other people put me off and I wouldn't have done it. So I want to encourage you, just go out there, decide what you want to do and ask yourself a couple of good questions and ask yourself, if I don't do something, where will I be in the next 5 or 10 or 15 years? Ask yourself those questions. And sometimes it's actually scary if you don't really have something or plan for the future. Because you're either going to make a plan for your future or somebody else is going to plan your future for you. And they might not plan an exciting future with financial security, with education for your children, freedom, all that. They might not plan that. So I want to thank you tonight. I want to thank you for coming, taking the time to come on this call. We have regular training meetings. There'll be training meetings the following week. And you can send your questions in if you have any, and we'll discuss them and talk about them. And remember one thing, today is the first day of the rest of your life. What are you going to do with it? Are you going to take hold and build something of value for your loved ones and your children? That one day they'll come to you and say, I'm proud of you. I'm proud you had the courage to do something. It's in your hands, folks. Thank you very much, and God bless you. Have a good time.